Okay, I've had a little bit of a rearranging here yesterday as well, so we've moved some stuff around. I've got a slightly different setup on the camera. Instead of being propped up on a box, it's actually on a proper stand, and it's I've had to create some space. So hopefully you've got the same view, if not, but hopefully a better view, or at least the same view that you had before. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do today, we're going to go through some basic techniques, and then what I want to do is what we did earlier on in the week, where we was looking at doubling the blocks up, agyoki to agyoki, and gidambarai to gidambarai. Instead of doing that forward and backwards like we did, we're going to take it up a notch and put it into the compass system. And then I'm going to repeat something that somebody asked me about that they didn't see it and didn't do it, or didn't quite get it, was the doing a kata, Kion kata in 1 square meter. So we'll probably have another look at that. Okay, guys, so let's warm ourselves up. Big circles. And backwards. And forwards. And backwards. And stretch upwards. Big stretch upwards. And lean to the left. And up, lean to the right. And lean back. And forward, fingertips to the floor. Keep those legs straight. Let the backs of your legs really stretch. Nice deep stretch in there today. Mine need it. And bend your knees up, we come. Okay, bring your right hand between shoulder blades. Put your elbow behind your head. And change hands. Put your elbow in behind your head. And relax. Bring your right arm across your body and pull your elbow in. And relax. Change arms. And relax and just bounce on your toes. Put your left foot forward and just bounce forward and back. And change, right foot forward and just bounce forward and back. Just keep bouncing, guys. Come on, keep bouncing. And change, and back to the middle. Start jumps. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, shish, arch, ka, jaw, and just bounce. And relax. Put your left foot forward. Bend your left knee. Push your left knee so it covers your toes. Please make sure you look down and see what's happening, yeah? We often think, oh, you have to push your knee forward. But you ain't pushing down forward enough. You think you're doing what you're doing, but you're not. That was a comment that was made to me yesterday by one of the trainers I was with yesterday. You kind of think you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, but you're not. You think you are. So this is where we have to do double checks. So just check. It's the whole point of training is to check that you are doing what you are trying to do. Yeah? Okay, so just make sure your toes are covered. Good. Reach forward with your right hand. Push your right hip as far forward as you can. Don't let your body tip. Just twist at the waist. And relax. Put your right foot forward. Bend your right knee. Make Zenku Tadachi. Again, make sure when you stand up with your back straight, when you look down, you can just see the tip of your big toe. Check it. Make sure it's in the right place. Don't take it for granted that your body's doing the right thing. I think I am now, but I'm not. Push it forward. Once you can feel these muscles tighten in your leg, then you know this is the right position. This is very important because this is your drive. You now know your leg is loaded and ready to drive. If we prepare like this, if we train like this, when we do our key on and our movement, our legs and bodies will recognize that this is our loaded position, and it will start to do it automatically. And you'll get quicker. Your movement will improve. But if we train like this and go, oh yeah, I think I'm doing it, your body doesn't quite recognize it and it has to make an adjustment. So, wire it in while we're doing this. Push your left hand forward as far as you can. Make sure your left hip pushes forward. The training we're going to do with the compass movements is all about hips again today. It's all about utilizing your hips and throwing the techniques, driving the techniques from the hips, from the core, from the waist, rather than your arms. And relax. Okay, relax that off. Okay, so feet wide stance, hands down to your ankles, head to the center. Keep those legs straight and toes forward. Now take your head to your right knee. And take your head to your left knee. And bring your head to the center. Come up onto your hands. Okay, just relax your feet in an inch or so and swing one leg forward and sit yourselves down. Okay, legs out straight. Bend your toes away from you, so point your toes away from you, like you're doing a gymnastics toe point. So point your toes and stretch your ankles right down away from you. Now I want you to bend your ankles right back towards you. So pull your toes in towards your body. Should feel that down the calf muscles and the bottom of your leg. Oh my God, I've got paint on my legs. Relax. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I do any painting, I get it everywhere. I get it on my legs, on my feet, on my hands, on my head, backs of my legs. It's amazing where it goes. I don't paint myself, it just goes there. Okay, bring your feet together, put your hands on your ankles and pull them in, and now push down with your arms, knees out to the side, stretching into the groin. Push it down. Relax, hands behind, back straight. Just relax the knees off a bit. Now push down. And relax, legs out straight again, guys. Okay, so what we get? Okay, so everyone ready to rock and roll. Let's just make sure that all systems are firing. We have no problems. That the picture's okay today. Everybody see okay? Viewing signal is fine, thank you. Susan. Oh, good morning, Yanti. How are you? Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your comments last night. I read this morning. Absolutely amazing. So thank you. Right, guys. So, yoi. Hisoka batch and Chokuzuki. So, this little comment come up yesterday. We was working on Kankudai Kata, and we was working on this section here, and one or two of the punches were not being centralized. This practice drill is practicing you to centralize your punches. So when you come to do katas like Basadai and Kankudai, when we come to do our Chokuzuki punch, we've trained this a million times. We know it goes there, not here. So this is why this type of practice and preparation is so important, to make sure that we are centralizing our energy all the time, so that when we come to do katas like this, we know that the punch is central, okay? So these things are really important. Okay, so left hand out, right hand on your hip, elbow tucked in, and chop is ich, ni, san, chi, go, ruk, shish, haj, ko, jo, ich, ni, san, chi, go, ruk, shish, haj, ko, jo. So this is important. Make sure this is central. Yeah? If we're not focusing on where it should be, and where the hikote hand should be, where the path of the arm should be, where the path of the elbow should be, if we're not focusing on that during this exercise, then we're kind of wasting the exercise, really. So this is kind of sharpening all the bits you need for the other stuff. Okay, so now, this time, Isokudachi, punch across. So we're always going across the elbow with a little push of the hip. Just a little push of the hip. And then a little push of the hip to the opposite side. And we're going to keep changing sides. So now, the object here, the focal point here, is this little push of the hip. So you're engaging the side of the body into the punch. Okay, ready? Right hand first. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, ruk, shish, haj, ko, jo, ich, ni, san, chi, go, ruk, shish, haj, ko, jo, hey! Yeah, man. No one keep it actually. Knees and toes forward, tailbone pushed in. Squeeze inwards here. Contract here like you're squeezing in, not pushing out, squeezing in. We want the integrity in here, not going outwards. Again, we're going central. Okay? Chokusuki punch, centralize it. Ready? Ich, ni, san, chi, go, ruk, shish, haj, ko, jo, ich, ni, san, chi, go, ruk, shish, haj, ko, jo, hey! And jab. Okay, so think of all these things as continual preparation, continual sharpening and honing of your skills in the same way that a samurai would continually sharpen his sword. So we're just sharpening our bodies. Okay? So let's have a look at what we were doing Wednesday, but take it up another level into the compass form. So we're going to be moving to your left, west. Then we're going to be moving to your right, east. Then we're going to be moving forward, north. And then we're going to be moving back, south. So only one step. So if you have that amount of room, that's fine. Okay? So first technique we're going to do is our gyuki. So what I want you to do is twist to your left, prepare for our gyuki with your right hand, drive in, make our gyuki, so the hip now is back in hamni, and then drive forward to yaku hamni to make our gyuki again. We draw in, okay, we're going to rotate round, prepare for our gyuki, in the gowashi dash, then try it in, make our gyuki, hip in hamni, then another agyuki, hip now goes to yaku hamni. I'm now going to come to north, pull central and prepare. So nikowashi dash again, drive forward. Ich, hip in hamni, knee, hip, now yaku hamni. Okay, so now I'm going to pull back and prepare. Ich, drive back, knee, and tongue. And jump. So, compass thing again. We're using nikowashi dash as our preparation, squeeze position, our load position, making ourselves small when under attack. Then we're driving out into the technique, pulling our hips into harmony, and then we're delivering a second technique, or a third technique if you want, using the hip with yaku hamni. Okay, instead of doing yakuzukis here, we're doing the same technique. So an exercise, again, just to train all those attributes using different techniques. Okay, so Let's go slow. I'll go slow because, again, something that was said to me yesterday was sometimes you don't get the full effect over the screen, and I fully get that. I've tried so many times to learn kata from video, and it's very difficult. So, so I'm conscious of that. So I'll go a bit slow. Plus, it suits me because I'm old. I like going slow because I'm old. Not as old as some people, but hey, I'm getting that way. Okay, so we turn to our left and prepare. Each. Okay, drive in, knee. Make sure your hips in the right position. Drive forward, san. Squeeze in. Turn, each. Catch with this hand. Drive in, knee. And strike, san. Turn forward, each. Knee. San. Squeeze back, each. Knee. San. And Jame. I just heard a little noise then. I just have to make a slight adjustment because I've left my phone on. Shh. Don't tell Sensei Andy. Just left my phone on. So you might have heard a ping, okay? But it might have been an important message, you know? So it wasn't. But what it would be, I think it's an important message. Every message I get is important. Okay, so yoi. So let's do that again, shall we? So Agyokin, ready? Okay, so to your left, each, prepare. Knee, strike. San, strike. Pull in and turn, prepare. Each, knee, san, and forward. Each, knee, san, and back. Each, knee, san, and Jame. So everything from the hips. This is where we want to focus. Is getting the movement from the hips. It's fine to be slow at this stage because we are hardwiring these moves into our body. So it's fine to build that. These are phrases I pinch from other people or I've learned from other people. Physical intelligence. Physical intelligence and intuitive movement. These are phrases that I'm sure Yanti knows well because Richard Sensei uses them all the time. Physical intelligence and intuitive movement. And this is what we're developing or trying to develop here. Okay, so one more time with our Agyukis. Ready? So turn and catch. This, what you're doing with this first one is catching the technique that's coming towards you. Each. Drive in and attack it. Knee, then drive in and attack it again. San. Pull in. Turn, prepare. Each. Knee. San. Turn, prepare. Each. Knee. San. And pull back. Each. Knee. San. And okay, so that's Agyoki. I'm going to work with the four uke movements, four first uke movements. We're going to go to see how they all work because they all kind of chamber and move slightly differently. So Gidan Barai. So for Gidan Barai, we're going to have the same movement to our left, same Nikuwashi dash, and prepare for Gidan Barai. Important point here, I kind of always look at Gidan Barai and see two things. Two things. I see this, lifting, and I see this, downwards. Yes? And we spoke about this before with the downward block, the downward action, the downward translation doesn't necessarily translate to the technique going downward. It translates to protecting the downward area. And the Gidan Barai follows the line of this arm out in an arc. It's clearing this space. So it doesn't go down in front of you, it's protecting the downward area. So have that in mind. This, the first thing, shoulders. Don't think of this lifting your hand to your shoulder. Think simply of getting the elbow to your center. If we get the elbow to the center, the hand naturally comes across here and the shoulder stays down. If we think about getting the hand to the shoulder, your body will lift the hand to the shoulder. So think more elbow to the center to protect your core. That's the prep, that's the open. So if we can think with our elbows now, and not our hands, hopefully you can make your number 8 slightly better. So that's what I want you to think of when you do this. Get your elbow to your center. Hand will naturally come there because you're moving your arm that way. And then open it up. And hopefully that'll keep your shoulder down. Okay? Ready? Here we go. So we're going to turn, prepare. Get your elbow to protect your center. Ich, knee, prepare, san. So from here, don't just open the gap. From here, elbow to the center again, then fire the hip forward. Yes? Don't go too early. Okay, squeeze in, turn, prepare, ich, knee. So once again, elbow to the center, then execute the hip. Okay, and forward. Ich, knee, san. Okay, then come backwards. Okay, we're going to prepare. Ich, knee, san. And Jeme. Okay, so on the last one, I'll show you from diagonal. The last one, elbow to the center first, then release the hip. Don't release the hip first because then if you do, you've got no energy here. This is simply just your arm flopping down. What I want from here is my arm being driven down with this side of the body creating an effect there. Okay? That last one needs to feel strong. Okay, ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Ready? Ich, knee, san, in. Ich, knee, san. Draw forward. Ich, knee, san, and pull back. Ich, knee, san. And you know, did anyone spot the deliberate mistake then? The deliberate mistake. There's always one in every lesson. Yeah? I put it there just so people are paying attention. And they can say, hey, so-and-so, you got that wrong. Okay, I'm only human, guys. Ready? Here we go. Ready? Same again. Ich, knee, san, pull in. Ich, knee, san, pull in. Ich, knee, san, pull in. Ich, knee, san. Yeah, man. Once more. Keep it slow. Remember, we're building up this muscle memory in our body. No need to go fast. Yeah, not at the moment anyway. Build this up in your body. Sometimes the slower we go, the harder it is, or the more your body works, because we're able to connect with more muscles and we're able to create a greater chain of movement through our muscles. By doing that, you actually use more energy. Yeah, because you're using more of your muscular system. And the more you can connect, the greater the effect, but actually the more energy you use. So going slow or slowing down, being a little bit more deliberate, training with a bit more purpose, sometimes, very often, is more beneficial than just going fast. If you just go fast, all you do is work this. Ba-boom, 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 because you're puffing and panting, you're working your heart and your lungs. If you can work your muscles, that's the greater effect. It still works your heart and your lungs, but you get a better muscular effect, which is what we want. Okay, ready? Here we go. Ready? Ich, knee, san, drawing. Ich, knee, san, drawing. Ich, knee, san, draw back. Ich, knee, san. And one more time. Ready? Ich, knee, san, drawing. Ich, knee, san. Ich, knee, san. Ich, knee, san. And gently. Right, so let's move on to Soto Uke. So I want to look at all four of these this morning because again, they're just different chambering positions in the body, different challenges. Okay? So we're going to look at Soto Uke, then we'll do Uchi Uke. So Soto Uke. So think, I'm going to turn, to my left, and prepare for Soto Uke. Prepare for Soto Uke, yes? So drive in each. This one comes straight off the hip. Knee. Don't prepare it. Okay? I know in Kion, certainly in junior grade Kion, we always prepare Soto Uke and drive Soto Uke. For senior grade Kion, we can bring Soto Uke in from a little bit closer from the body, more off the hip. In this situation, I'm using Soto Uke as either a very close Jodan, a Chudan block, or I'm using it as Tetsuyuchi, boom, hammerfish strike. I'm striking someone, boom, to the rib cage. So it needs to come fast off the hip with my Yaku hip giving me power there. Boom. Okay? So the last one wants to be a finisher, nice and strong. Are we ready? Oops. Here we go. So turn, prepare. Ich, knee, hey, sound good. Make sure it goes forward. Don't just plop it in front of you. Drive it in, because if I straighten my arm from here, I have Yakuzuki. I bend my arm back here, I have Soto Uke. My hip, my body position is exactly the same. Instead of this, I have this striking Tetsuyuchi, hammer fist, yeah? Okay, drive in, pull in, turn, prepare. Ich, knee, san. Okay, pull in. Ich, knee, san. And pull back. Ich, knee, san. And Yame. So in essence, what you have there with your Soto Uke is several phases of Soto Uke and several uses of your Soto Uke. The first one would be collecting and protecting Jodan. So a punch is coming in here to my head, yes? I turn, I collect it, I sweep it away, okay? I then, two options, I can drive in, strike one, strike two. Thus, so there's one option. Or I could collect Jodan, measuring my space. They then attack Chudan. I drive in and defend against the Chudan, then I drive in and attack. So you have lots of elements of Soto Uke in this little drill, yes? Lots of elements. Okay? Ready? So from one thing, like I said, been saying for weeks, for one thing, we can learn 10,000 more. Okay? Like Miyamoto Musashi. That's what he said, not what I said. I borrowed it from his book. Okay, ready? Here we go. Ich, knee, san, finish it. Okay, now pull in and collect. Ich, knee, san, pull in. Ich, knee, san, draw back. Ich, knee, san, and Jamai. Maybe you want to ki wherever you like. Okay, ki-eye and counting and talking is a bit of a struggle for me, especially with my hay fever. It's like today. So if you want a ki-eye on the end of any of those techniques, please feel free to do so. Okay, ready? Here we go. Twice more. Ready? Ich, knee, san. Ich, knee, san. Ich, knee, san. Ich, knee, san. Feels better when you ki-eye. Right, on your turning and prepping, if you're ready to, only if you're ready to, speed your turn up a little bit. So when you make your prep, make it deliberate rather than just, oh, hi there, I'm just collecting your Jodan here, and now I'm going to tickle you with this one and tickle you with that one. Okay, if someone's attacking you, boom, boom, boom. Put some life into it now. Bring your karate alive. Make it purposeful, yes? Okay, but only if you're ready to. So try and make the turning on the chambering preparation bit a little bit more decisive, has a little bit more purpose, yeah? Okay, ready? Last time, ready? Ich, knee, hey! San. Right now, pull in and turn and prepare. Yish, ni, san. Punch coming over your shoulder now. This hand's going to sweep it. Ich, ni, san. Punch coming in. Ich, ni, eight. So again, with this type of training, once you have a theory, once you have an idea of what you could be using this for, a possible application, a possible use, you then use visualization to test it. Yeah? So from here, for instance, I'm imagining a punch coming to my head. I'm seeing the punch out of the corner of my eye. I'm using visualization to collect it and now measure my social distancing. Yes? This is social distancing for karate, yes? Because it means I'm safe. Yeah? It means you're not. Yes? That's my karate social distancing, yeah? Get that? I'm safe here, but you're not. Okay? So that's what we want to try and get in our minds. Use a bit of visualization. Visualization is a foundation to creation. If you can see it up here, imagine it, visualizing it, then you can create it and build something from it. Okay, right, uchi-uki. So, same turn, prepare. Get this hand to the bottom of the rib cage, not your armpits. Bottom of the rib cage, drive out, ich, strike out knee. So from here, connect the hand to the bottom of the left rib cage, then release the hip. Don't release it before. Okay, so as we pull in and turn ich. So this hand is doing the sweeping. Left hand is sweeping, social distancing, karate social distancing, then driving ich, the connect, knee, then we're going to go forward, yes? Again, becoming ich, knee, san, drive back, ich, knee, san, and Jermaine. So you can see the hip. Hip is really important on uchi-uki. Without your hip movement, engagement from harmony to yaku harmony, the uchi-ukis doesn't work. It's just an arm, okay? And those of you who have done Basai Dai, or when you get to do Basai Dai, you will see the benefits of this in Basai Dai from this movement. Yish, ni, chan, chi. You will see where this is effective from this type of training, okay? So, building layers again, guys. So ready? Uchi-uki to your left. Ready? Ich, ni, san. Pull in and turn. Ich, ni, san. And turn north. Again, techniques coming in here. This one's going to sweep it. Ich, ni, san. Coming backwards. Ich, ni, san. And Jermaine. Again, this way. Ready? Ich, ni, san. Pull in. Ich, ni, san. Look. Ich, ni, san. And back. Ich, ni, san. And Jermaine. So again, this one can be finisher. One thing with Soto-uki and uchi-uki, remember what we said in the week with your Soto-uki, because it comes from the outside movement, elbow to the center with a Soto-uki, we stop the technique here, yeah? So, for instance, let's try and see if I can demonstrate a punch, there, elbow to the center, stops the punch, yes? So if you can see that, I'll prop it this side. This is a problem when you haven't got someone to punch you. So a punch comes in here. As long as my elbow comes to the center, this punch now comes in that space there, yeah? You get that? Soto-uki, elbow, here. Yeah, if my hand gets there first, punch is still there. Elbow, punch goes. With uchi-uki, which way can I do this? I'll do it this side. with Uchuki on here. If I have my arm here with Uchuki, like this, look where the punch is. Can you see? It's coming into my shoulder. With Uchuki, I need to take the hand out slightly here, bend the wrist out, so now the punch goes past me, yes? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So just Uchuki, just slightly outwards. Soto-uki is more about the elbow to the middle. Uchuki is more about taking the wrist out so the punch comes into this space, not this space. Okay? Ready? Uchukis. Ready? Ich, ni, san. So get your wrist slightly laid out. Pull in, ich, ni, san. And pull in, ich, ni, san. And back, ich, ni, san. Yame. Again, ich, ni, san. Pull in, ich, ni, san. Ich, ni, san. Ich, ni, san. And Yame. And with all the preparation movements, we have a clearing hand always central. So with Uchuki, this clearing hand needs to be central, not here, because you have the door wide open. Sweep, sweep to the center. So in reality, the Shodan punch is coming in here. We start to collect it here. We move back and deflect it there. Okay, so this hand is already started to clear. So from close quarter, we would be more this movement. I'm standing naturally. Someone hits me in the midsection. 1, 2. There's my Uchuki. 3. There's my kick to the groin. And they leave me alone. Okay, so always clearing to the center. Ready? Last time. Ready? Ich, ni, san. Ich, ni, san. Ich, ni, san. Okay, ich, whoops, ich, ni, san. Let's do that one more time because that was not good. Okay, we do that one more time because that wasn't very good. We'll scrub that one out. Pretend that never happened, guys. Don't tell anybody. Ready? Here we go. Ich, ni, san. Pull in. Ich, ni, san. Ich, ni, san. Ich, ni, ei, san. And Yame. Us. Okay, so lots of things to play with there. Lots of ideas, lots of connections, lots of foundations, lots of room for improvement. Yeah, so the next phase of that, the next phase of it is not stopping on the preparation. So for instance, for the Agyuki, for instance, we would be going straight into it, yes? Drawing in, 1, 2, 3, speeding it up a little bit, yeah? So that's your next phase of development. Before we introduce speed, we need to build up the platforms. We need to build up the stability in the body and the connection so where the body has got the physical intelligence of where it should be, not just, I want to go from there to there. How do I get from there to there? I just do that. Or you lose the core, yeah? So that's kind of why I've slowed these things down deliberately. Then we introduce a little bit of speed when we can still maintain the control of what we're trying to do. Right, guys, I need a quick swig of water. I'm going to check the screen and make sure that everybody's happy and still there, and you've not all decided to go outside and have Melissa, you got the answer right. My deliberate mistake. Change my arms on the other side to the Gidambarai going backwards. Yes, I did. Yeah, bad mistake. Oh, deliberate mistake, anyway. Listen, guys, Whenever you're teaching, things go wrong. Especially when you're trying to talk and concentrate and do, things go wrong. And one of the, we're all human, and as long as we recognise where we've kind of made that little error, that's fine. I was going to do a video of all the outtakes of where it's gone wrong, which could have been quite funny. One of the things that have frightened a lot of people off from doing this sort of thing is that they don't like being filmed, or they don't want to put themselves on film because they don't want to be criticised, or they don't want for someone to look at it and go, well, his Hikate hand's a little bit low, and I wouldn't do it like that, and that's not how you do Zenkutsudachi. And even everybody's had that criticism on Facebook or videos they've done. So I'm not fazed by that. All I've got into my head from a very early day is that what you guys will see on these is exactly what you see in the dojo. You see me. I'm not trying to be the perfect performance every time, because I'm not the best karateka in the world. I can do what I do, but what I do best is hopefully teach you guys. That's my job. So if it goes wrong slightly, or my stances are slightly out, then that's just my body, my limitations. So you get everything, warts and all. Right, guys. Okay, so let's have a look at Kion Kata in a 1 meter square. I know some of you missed this, and I've had a couple of messages saying, can we do this again? Yes, we'll do it again. So the question I was asked was, hey, it must be tough for you guys if you're only practicing in about 1 meter square. And I said, you can't do a kata in 1 square meter. So I thought about it, and I thought, maybe we can. So this is what I come up with. I have seen something very similar done before, so it's not brand new. Everything in karate is not brand new. Most things we do in karate, we either learn ourselves because we've gone on a journey and learnt it, and the same journey, someone else has learnt the same things, because the same path leads to the correct path always leads to the same destination and the same discoveries. Some people learn and discover a little bit more than others. Some people discover it before others. And I've also then learned things from other people that have made journeys I haven't. So there's nothing really new. It's just a new discovery, yeah? Okay, so let's, here we go here. So we're going to start in our Hisokodachi position. Okay, at the beginning of the kata, we're going to turn to the left and make Gidan Barai. Ready? Each. Now to make Oizuki, I'm going to change my foot positions. But I'm not just going to go 1, 2. I want to give it some energy. So I'm going to push my whole hip forward and drive my left leg back to make Oizuki. Yes? Are you with me so far? We're now going to pivot round to our right, pull in, Gidan Barai. We're now going to do the same here. Push the left side of your body forward, pull the right side back, knee, and we make Oizuki. Then pull in, San, and we make our Gidan Barai. So first 5 moves of Kion Kata. We now 3 Chudanzukis. Push the right side of the body forward, pull the left side back. There's 1 Oizuki, and repeat. 2 Oizukis, 3 Oizukis. I'm still in my 1 square meter. Thus, 8 techniques in 1 square meter. We pull in, we come round, niche, Gidan Barai, then change, knee. We do the same the other side, hitch, change, knee. Pull in, Gidan Barai. Guys, I'm still in my square meter. Are you? Now we do 3 Oizukis. Ready, hitch, knee, San, 8. Pull in, rotate, hitch, switch, knee. Pull in, San, chi, and yame, and bow. So we've roughly stayed in that 1 square meter, roughly. Yeah? How cool was that? How hard are you puffing? Was that hard or easy? It's only hard or makes you work if you use your body. The trick here, guys, is that when we've made our Gidan Barai, we don't just go, let's just transfer and 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. Still think about executing your Oizuki. So block here, I want to boom, punch somebody there. So I'm launching off this leg, throwing this side of my body back, and at the same time, pulling the left side back, boom, to create an impact there. Yeah? So it's not a big jump in the air. You're not going, I have seen it done like that. If you do it like that, you're training aerial power. You're training leg power. You're training your quads and your hamstrings and glutes to give you lift. That's a different attribute. We're not looking for that. I'm looking for block, boom, punch there. Okay, I want to try and do my punch here and knock that person over. Yeah. So I'm looking for linear power, not aerial power. Yes. Does that make sense? So we can use the same thing, train it differently to create a different effect or train a different attribute. Here, boom, boom. I want the energy on the end of the punch, guys. Yes. So that's what I want you to feel now. Is one side of the body pushing forward from the hip, one side of the body pulling back. It will take the emphasis off your hands or your shoulders because you're now having to push from below the waist. Yes? Okay? As John Marlin Sensei, everything happens from below the waist. Boom. Push it in. So that's what we want to try and get on this transition. Ready? Here we go. So Taikyo Q in 1 square meter. Ready? Ich, ni, san, chi, stop. Ready? Ich, ni, san, eight. Okay, back in and turn. Ich, ni, san, chi. Pull in, up, root, chish, hard, eight. Work to the stumble there, guys. Pull in and ich, ni. Pull in, san, chi. And Germany. What's? So, keep low. So we're training the attributes we're training here. This is actually a really, really good way of tightening up your stances when your movements through the kata. Are you breathing heavy? Hey? I mean, you should expel lots of energy in that, yes? It's probably more so than doing Taikyo normally. But think of it. I'm driving in, itch, keeping low, boom, knee hitting here. So I'm not coming up high, I'm switching legs, but driving forward, yeah? So this is going to help with, boom, this movement when we come back to doing the kata, because you are now taking the emphasis of movement to here because you're restricting the space that you can move in. So if we restrict ourselves into a space or a set of rules, then we have to come up with an answer to work within that restriction to create an effect. Yeah? It's a little bit like, let's use Formula One training, Formula One racing. Every year they change the rules on the cars. Yeah? They change the rules on the engines every year. Every year the engineers have to come up with an engineered answer to meet those rules and still maintain the performance and improve the performance in their cars from the previous year. That's the challenge of Formula One, really, is to work within those changes. So we're in this restriction. We've got a small space to train in. So let's use the restriction to, boom, really develop our low stances, a drive from the legs and from the body, so that overall it improves our karate in an unrestricted area. Does that make sense? Yeah? Which is kind of what we've all had to do with this COVID-19 situation. Yeah? And hopefully we've all learned something from it, something we didn't know before, improve something that we've not been able to improve before because we've had to think differently, we've had to be creative, we've had to adapt, evolve and survive. Yeah? Okay? And that's what we've done. Right, last time for Taikyo Q in 1 square meter. Ready? Here we go, guys. Ready? Ich, ni, san, chi, stop. Ich, ni, kia san, ei, i, nish, ni, san, chi, go, wuk, shish, ei, hutch, ich, ni, san, chi, and Jimmy. And I'm still roughly in my 1 square meter. Okay, so again, nice little drill to sharpen some skills, to improve your muscular strength, to improve your muscular connection in your body, to improve your chain of movement, your physical intelligence, and your intuitive movement. So I'm going to finish on that. I hope that's been useful, guys. Hope you've got something from it. I'm buzzing. I had a good day yesterday, as I said, with the one-to-ones. We've got 12 more books over the next 2 weeks. If anybody else wants one-to-ones, then please message me and I'll either create some new slots, because all the ones I've created are gone, or we'll move on to another week. So please let me know if you want the one-to-ones. The one-to-ones are free, guys. To all the students that are still with us, to all you people that have stayed loyal to us and been able to keep with us. Not everybody's been able to, for different reasons. All the ones that have had and kept me going, the one-to-one sessions there's no charge for. This is part of your commitment to me, my commitment to you. Okay, guys? And so that was great yesterday. I also had a really, really wonderful message overnight. Yanti sent me a really nice message last night, which really, I'm profoundly grateful for, and thank you for your kind comments. It was really good, so thank you very much. All right, guys, so thank you for being with me this morning. If anyone's got any questions, I will just sit down and get my breath back, and if anyone wants to ask anything, I'll be there for a few minutes. If not, I will see you Monday. We've got a live one on Monday, and I will then, over the weekend, we'll post a schedule up of when the one-to-one blocks are, when the live sessions are, and when there'll be 2 pre-recorded junior lessons going up as well as all the video bank that we have. I will say this, we have now over 50 videos, either live lessons or training videos. I've probably got about another 6 to edit, so we're pushing probably 60 videos that we've created in what, a 60-day period of lockdown. It must be nearly 60s. So it's been hard work, but I have to say I'm quite proud of that. And you know, I've done it for you guys, and I hope that it's been good for you as it's been good for me. Right, Mr. Bidach, about us, and finish us. Have a great weekend, guys. I see you all Monday.